Welcome everyone. I wanted to create a quick follow-up video on how to launch Kali Linux 2020 in the AWS EC2 instance. So go ahead and log into your AWS console, navigate to the EC2 dashboard, and you're going to want to go ahead and launch an instance. Here, search for Kali, and you'll be looking in the AWS Marketplace. You'll see Kali Linux current version is 2020.1. Go ahead and select that. And continue. On this page, if you're going to be using the free tier account, go ahead and select T2 Micro. In my case, I'm just going to leave it as a T2 Medium. Next, to configure instance details, you can leave everything on this page the way it's set. Just double check that your auto-assigned public IP is set to enable. Then next, add storage. You can leave this or increase it if you want. Go ahead and do next to add tags. This is an optional step. Sometimes it makes it easier to identify your instance if you have a bunch running. Go ahead and next, configure security group. If you have an existing security group, you can use it. And this particular example, we'll create a new one. We're going to have two rules, one for SSH and one for RDP. By default, you would be allowing access from any IP. I'd recommend setting this to just my IP, and then for both of these, and then do review and launch. And then on this screen, it lets you review the settings that you entered. Go ahead and click the launch button. And then I'm going to pause the video here for a few minutes while it spins up this instance. So final step, if you don't have an existing key pair, you'll want to create one. Make sure you download and save a copy of that key pair. And then go ahead and launch your instance. Now you can navigate back to the EC2 dashboard, check your instances, wait till you see the instance that you launched in a running state. Sometimes even when it says running, you need to give it a little bit before you'll be able to connect. Select that instance, go to description, and you're going to want to copy this IP to clipboard. Go ahead and bring up a terminal. You can also use PuTTY, whatever your preferred SSH client. And you want to SSH using that certificate that you downloaded in a prior step. You won't be using root. In this case, use ec2-user at, and then the IP of that instance. Go ahead and connect. Okay, once you're connected, we're going to go through a couple steps to get this set up. The first thing we're going to do is change the root and EC2 user password to something we know. Once those are set, go ahead and SU to switch to root. Type in that password that you just used. Okay, now on this step, we're going to do a apt-get update to get the latest packages. This could take a second. Once that's done, go ahead and run the following command. I'll have it in the notes of the video. This is what's going to install the Vnc Server. Once that step is complete, we're going to want to edit the config file to allow the users that we want to connect. Again, I'll put this command in the notes for the video. So here you want to go to the allowed users. The users that you want to allow are EC2 user and root. Okay, go ahead and exit and save. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and start the service that we need to run so that we can RDP. And then run this final command so that if your instance is ever restarted, it'll automatically start up. At this step, you can go ahead and close your terminal. Go ahead and bring up your remote desktop client. Here, you're going to want to put in that public IP. And on this screen, you'll want to enter the username of root and password as whatever you entered when you configured it. At that point, you'll be connected and you can operate in the terminal the same way you would as if you were on it locally.